Damn. What you think's happened here? My guess? Another hybrid kidnapping. Remember, all those DNA aliens are kids. Well, except Maya. Want to find out what's going on in there? I was waiting for you to ask that. And if it's those ugly bastards again, then we blow them all up. Again. Fine by me. Okay. This one freaks me out. Me too. What the fuck? Area 51. Where Grandpa Max worked. What the hell was this about? Good news, this wasn't the hybrid. Bad news. There's an old man with his face being eaten by rats. Ben, just back up a second. Did you say the old man's face was being eaten by rats? Oh, fuck. Any clue on a motive? Only a picture of Area 51. With a post-it note saying never forget. Wasn't that where your grandpa worked? Yeah. That's what's scaring me. The alien transformed into a boy. Perhaps the stories from all those years ago are true. But the boy doesn't matter right now. Come back, my pet. We've done what we came here to do. Why are you gray matter?
I couldn't think, Kev. Needed the extra brain power to figure this out. The guy had a picture of Area 51 and a post-it note saying never forget. And him, of all people, has a face torn apart by rats. Just needed to figure it out.
Ben, you're focusing way too much on this. It's just a random murder, okay? They happen in towns all the time. This has nothing to do with the hybrid or the watch. You and me aren't in any danger. We have nothing to do with this. Why are you focusing so much on this?
Because it's Area 51, Kev. Think about it. That's where my Grandpa Max worked. That's where they were holding aliens. And that is where my grandpa was declared dead for helping aliens. Don't you remember the night I first got the Omnitrix? When Tetrax told us all of this? The motive may have nothing to do with us. But Area 51 has a lot to do with us. Maybe it could tell me where Grandpa is. Wait a minute. Eureka!
Did you seriously just say Eureka?
Blame this massive alien brain. I don't even know what Eureka means. But I think I'm onto something here. Think about it. The killer used rats. Highly trained rats. There were a lot of them there, and the attack was too brutal to just be a wild animal. So think about it. Where would the killer get access to that many rats? The sewers. And if the victim worked at Area 51, then the murder has to be connected to that. The motive has to be Area 51 related. All the answers I need are in the sewers.
I am not going down into the sewers. How the fuck did you convince me to do this? Will you relax? It's simple. I just turn into gray matter, crawl down into the sewers, scope it out, then come back up and we come back later. See? Simple.
Sometimes I hate my life. Hey, Kev. I think I was right. There's a bunch of trained rats down here.
Good to know the property damage was worth it.
Let's forget about that. That was the Omnitrix's fault. Gave me the wrong alien. Now, can you please just get down here?
There better be something to absorb down there. I'm not walking into the sewers with a possible killer in there with nothing.
You got enough?
Enough to deal with a crazy rat trainer? Yeah, I should be fine. The boy came here, and he's accompanied by a mutant. This does make things interesting. But then again, they are inconsequential. However, they should see the point I'm trying to make. Are you talking to a rat? Yeesh. That's a face only a rat could love. You did not come here transformed. Interesting. So tell me, child, why did you pursue me? No. I'm asking the questions here, freak. Wait. You know I can transform? Okay, that's my first question. How the hell do you know that? I suppose you have a right to be curious about that. I was told stories of the Omnitrix back in Area 51, which I happened to overhear your grandfather worked in. I may have knew him. Rats they are. So observant. It's the same way I know your friend here is a mutant. Tell me, my young friend, have you been persecuted against for something that was out of your control? I can relate to that, young man. That is why I am doing what I am doing. Enough talk, old man. Oh, you got's a stick, huh? Not so tough without your little friends, are you? Ah, well done, my boy. Truly an excellent performance. You said you had questions, did you not? Well, why didn't you ask them? I'm more than willing to answer. All I want is information on one worker. Max Tennyson. Ah, Max Tennyson. I'm assuming he's your grandfather. Ah, he was a good man. Too good, some might say. He and his partner, I believe Devon Levin was his name. They oversaw the experiments on the aliens. But then, the two of them grew consciences. They thought what we did was immoral. It was helping the betterment of mankind, in my opinion, but I had my own work, so I'm quite biased. But they stormed the facility, formed an intergalactic peacekeeping force called the Plumbers, and Max's partner died. Still a tragedy. But in the chaos, my experiment went very, very wrong. You see, I was trying to improve humanity through aliens, much like your Omnitrix. As you can see here, it worked. But I was imprisoned, persecuted for what I had been transformed into before I had even done anything, and Max Tennyson was responsible for that, and he walked out on Area 51. He is a traitor of the government, as am I, only I do it with a little more theatricality. If you want to keep your kneecaps, you won't call him a traitor again. What the hell was that for? Didn't you hear who your grandpa knew? Devin Levin. That's my dad's name, Ben. So he gets a free pass to murder because he knew your dad? I didn't. And didn't you hear him? He explained why he killed that guy. That little raid that my dad and your grandpa did, it messed up his experiment, turning him into that. And then they treated him like a mutant. Like how people treat me. Throw them away. Lock them up. Just because they can do crazy shit. It's not right he killed someone, no. But why don't you just think for a second? People are fucked up too. The way they treat people who can do this stuff is fucked up, Ben. I'm done pretending it's not. He's been through the same shit I go through every single time someone finds out what I can do. Kevin, that's not the same! You didn't do anything. He killed someone! And he got away. Look at what you... I'm sorry, Kev. That's not your fault. You're right. It is wrong. The way people are treated is wrong. You think I like having this watch? I feel like a freak every day. I know it's nothing like how you feel, but... The Omnitrix puts so much responsibility on me. It paints the world's biggest target on my back. And then... you try to help me on top of everything you go through. It's not fair, Kevin. But him? No, you're right. It's not fair what he went through. Your dad and my grandpa, they tried to do something good and hurt him in the process. That is wrong, and someone should answer for that. But it doesn't excuse that he's a murderer. But you are right that at that time he hadn't done anything. Sometimes when you help someone, you hurt someone else. And I'm sorry, Kevin. Are you? You were going to blame me a second ago. Hey, Ben. You look like you had a long night. Yeah, I did. It's Kevin. We found this guy who could control rats or something. And he killed a guy, but that guy was in prison most of his life before he even did anything. I think Kevin relates to that, and he let him get away. I lost it with him at first, but then I tried to apologize, but he wasn't having it. I haven't seen him at school. I haven't seen him at home. I don't know where he is. Ben, you know Kevin's had a rough life. And you can disagree with him. Hell, I even disagree with him on this. He let a killer get away, but you still have to understand why he did it. Be there for him. You two are both in the foster system. You've both been through a lot. Sure, you're not related, but you are brothers. So use the Omnitrix and find your brother. And then what? Don't bother with the rat guy until you and Kevin are both on the same page. Thanks, Hope. I never got to thank you for saving my life, Kevin. You're welcome. But I want to know. I've been through hell and back just for being a mutant. But I want to know what they did to you. My boy. Curiosity leads to cautionary tales. I wish I had a story like this to steer me away from the path I went down. As you know, it started at Area 51. We were studying aliens and their abilities, how to improve mankind. My specific research was to help humans communicate with animals, to better understand our primitive brothers. It was going nowhere, until one day an alien crash-landed on Earth and willingly came to Area 51. He was quite an expert in body modification. His species did not possess the telepathic powers I wanted. However, he himself had that ability. He'd modified it into himself. I did not know how. I did not care to ask. 5 years ago, I was a very different man. A very naive man, Kevin. But that alien opened my eyes to so much more. The alien called himself Vilgax. Well, my cephalopod friend, while the procedure continues, would you like to continue our conversation?
I do not know what a cephalopod is, human. But I assume if it's coming from you, then it would be an intelligent remark. At least for humans. Where did we leave off on our previous conversation, Doctor?
When we last spoke, you opened up about your expertise of body modification, as well as a device called the Omnitrix, something capable of storing DNA of many alien species, which, for improving various other species, it would be a miracle. To siphon that kind of power could end suffering in every alien or human species. So Vilgax, you said one particular species was perfect, almost a god, one that would make my work look like child's play. Please, tell me about that species.
So humans do listen. What I spoke of was a celestial sapien. A being that could change reality with almost a thought. You think disease doesn't exist? and it doesn't exist. You think people can rise again from wheelchairs, and it happens. You think of universal acceptance, and it exists. The celestial sapiens are the key to everything, and the Omnitrix holds that DNA. Unfortunately, no one knows where the Omnitrix is. Its creator is very secretive and very selective over who it should go to. In my opinion, to hold that kind of power to just one individual is incredibly selfish. But whoever finds the Omnitrix when it is finally delivered to a planet, I wish to find them, show them that species, and then a perfect universe in their creation.
Then what happened? The obvious. In all my excitement, I failed to notice the rats chewing through the wiring of the laboratory. And then the raid began. Max Tennyson and your father stormed through the facility, freeing every alien there. Apart from Vilgax, why did his life mean anything less to them than the other aliens there? Could it have something to do with the fact that he volunteered? I often ask myself that. But in the ensuing chaos, the rats continued chewing, and eventually the lab exploded. I was blinded. My only hope was to take a vial of Vilgax's DNA and inject it into myself. I gained partial telepathy, along with his skin pigment. When the guards found me, the raid was over. Your father was dead. And they threw me in a cell, studied me, mistook me for an escaped alien. When they finally realized it was me, the imprisonment continued. The experiments continued. Your father was a good man, Kevin. As was Tennyson's grandfather. They did what they thought was right. They saw that these aliens were people on their planets, much like how I saw Vilgax. But in their pure-hearted actions, I was made a monster. That's life for you, Kevin. When you help someone, you hurt someone else. And people like us, people with extraordinary abilities, we may seem like marvels, we may seem like heroes to some, miracles even. But eventually we will always be seen as monsters. Eventually, you, me, even Tennyson, with all the power in that Omnitrix. Eventually, Kevin, we will all end up in cages. So what happened to Vilgax? I can only assume he's continuing his goal, to find the Omnitrix and access the celestial sapien DNA.
Kevin, I just want to talk, Kev. This ain't about him. It got out of hand in the sewers.
Hear him out, Kevin. For all his faults, he does have the Omnitrix. So he is our only hope of a perfect universe. But also, he is your friend, isn't he? A brother in many ways. Though I want many things for you, Kevin, to be alone is not one of them. Fine. Talk, Ben.
You were right. I did want to blame you. But I can't. And I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry for comparing having the Omnitrix to being a mutant. It's clearly not the same thing. I don't understand what you're going through, Kev. I understand if he gets it more than I do. But I still want to help you. And I know you want to help him. But the best thing he can do is turn himself in. And then you and me, we can work together again. This is what Maya would have wanted. This is what Grace still wants us to do. So please, Kev, give me another chance. I'm sorry, okay? I can't do this without my bro.
How do you feel about this, Kevin? What do you want? I want you to turn yourself in. You're right about a lot. When you help someone, you hurt someone. And our lives are very similar. Both equally as fucked up. But Ben is right. It doesn't change that you killed somebody. So you need to face time for that. I'll see you when you get out. I have a feeling I'm gonna need a lot more advice from you. Very well. If this is what you believe is right for us both, then it's what I shall do. Take care, Kevin. I hope to see you again. And Ben, take good care of the Omnitrix. It contains more than you could ever know.
Thanks for the advice, I guess.
I believe I may have spoken too harshly of your grandfather before. He was a good man, Ben. I hope you follow in his footsteps.
They're riding my brain, love. These hoes are sad. I admit it.